Hello everyone. I just wanted to make this short video addressing the derailment that occurred on Horseshoe Curve about 8:30 last night. So I've been watching the cleanup on the virtual rail fan stream, and I've been noticing in the chat that there's a lot of speculation as to what caused this incident. And looking at the drone footage of the makeup of the train, my initial thoughts were that as a model railroader with no actual railroad experience, I wouldn't make up a train the way that the derailed train was made up. So what I've done here is I'm going to do a little demonstration to explain what a string lining wreck is. And because the virtual rail fan camera didn't catch the footage, I'm pretty much going to try to recreate it in scale. I just want to start off by saying I'm not a railroader. I am a model railroader. I have been for quite a while, and a rail fan. So this is just speculative cause. I don't actually have any proof. I don't think anybody does at this point. They haven't even finished cleaning up yet. And if the official cause is released and it's something different, I'll probably either annotate or take down this video. But a string lining derailment is caused when light cars are placed right behind the lead locomotives in a train, and basically there's too much weight farther back in the train. Now this is a problem that I've experienced before myself with my models. You go to the club layout and you put some lightweight cars up front, you have a nice long train going, and you go through a sharp curve on the layout, and naturally the lightweight cars toward the front fall off. So you laugh it off, you pick them up and move them to the back of the train. On the prototype, you don't really laugh it off and pick them up that quickly. So what I've got here is a mock-up of Norfolk Southern Train 34A, which derailed. So I'll wait for it to come back around again, then I'll explain my mock-up. So, see, we've got the empty center beam flats. Then at the rear of the train I have a pair of locomotives, which I'll explain in a moment when it gets around again. Let's speed up that process a little bit. So, and in case you're wondering what the paper towels are for, those are to protect my brand new Atlas center beams when they fall over here in a little bit, as I don't particularly want them to get all scratched up. So what we have here is a pair of locomotives on the head end. The prototype had three, I guess 2 SD70 ACs and an SD 70M-2. I'm using a pair of Norfolk Southern locomotives that I have. Right behind the locomotives on the prototype, there were 2 hopper cars, covered hoppers. Not exactly the same type as I have here, but I'm getting as close as I can. Following that, there's a pair of what appear to be shorty chemical tankers, and I'm using my molten sulfur cars, followed by 4 empty center beam flats. After the 4 empty center beam flats, there is another covered hopper, followed by 2 more empty center beam flats. And after the last center beam flat on my train, I'm using a pair of larger, heavier covered hoppers because I don't have any wood chip cars. The prototype had a pair of wood chip cars on the back, right behind the last center beam. But actually, I might have had 3. And then on the back of my train, I have 2 Kato SD80s, and I'm using these simply to demonstrate the weight of the train, because my layout isn't big enough to make a train big enough to actually have a string lining derailment. So what's going to happen is, as I enter the curve with the locomotives, I will slow down the pushers on the back of the train to simulate the increased weight of the train as it's going up the grade. So let's speed back up a little bit here. Now the lead locomotives are going to maintain a steady pace. So as we enter the curve, and the lead locomotives pull on their heavy train with the lightweight center beam cars toward the back, Yeah, that actually went a little bit better in the rehearsal, but I'll show you what we've got anyways. As you can kind of see, the center beam cars, because of the weight of the heavy train behind them, actually pulled right off the tracks and formed what they call a string line, where it goes from one point in the train and it pretty much tries to straighten out around the corner. So you can kind of see here that the entire train came toward the inside. This car did the same thing. So on the prototype, obviously they fell all the way over. They all stuck together a bit more, and they actually broke the drawbar between the locomotive and the first hopper here, causing it to come disconnected. And if you actually saw the footage of the wreck happening, you didn't actually see the wreck, but you saw the set of 3 locomotives go by the camera without the cars. So that's, like I said, it didn't go as smooth as the rehearsal. I had a perfect rehearsal earlier when I wasn't recording, but so that's pretty much my take on the wreck. Like I said, it's all speculation at this point, but I know a lot of other people have been commenting about it, and there's been everything from cracked wheels to rails being bent due to the heat, or a broken drawbar causing the derailment, which I think the broken drawbar is a result of it, but not the cause. So, like I said, I'm not a professional. That's my take, so take this video with a grain of salt. It's just a little bit of entertainment, and trying to recreate it in scale for the people who really can't picture what happened. So, well, thanks for tuning in. I hope I was able to help explain it to a few people a little bit, but alright, thanks for watching, guys. Bye. So there you go, guys. There's a little bit more accurate demonstration of what happened. So I'll go through it one more time here. So, like I said earlier, too much weight toward the back. Instead of going around the corner, the cars want to form a straight line. So it ends up pulling the cars to the inside of the corner. So, and just because the center beams fall over doesn't mean they don't take other cars with them. So obviously the prototype did it quite a bit worse than mine did, but there you go. Once again, thanks for watching. Bye.